Ohio. Bob, you're on the Savage Nation.
What I really like about President Obama is his desire to lead us in his actions and trying to get us reduce our dependence on foreign oil as far as conservation and putting in green technologies. And
that's very good, Bob. And how long off do you think it is until we can actually use green technologies to power our power plants and to heat our homes and run our cars? You are aware that this technology is not yet here.
It's here in a lot of ways. I know. I was able to when Jimmy Carter was in office. I was able to.
Let me ask you something. Do you own an electric car, Bob, like a Chevy Volt?
Yeah, I'm going to buy a Volt when as soon as they come out. You're going to
buy a Volt because you're a do-gooder and you're a man who believes in saving the environment. That's very noble. Are you aware that it takes more energy to create the electricity to run that car than it does from the energy from oil and gasoline? Are you aware of the statement that I just made, the reality of that? In other words, where do you think the electricity comes from?
Okay, because in Ohio here we burn lots of coal.
Bob, try to follow the discussion. Try to use logic. You understand that an electric car needs to be plugged in to work, correct?
My point is,
I'm asking you a question. Do you know where the electricity comes from, Bob? Or do you think it just comes out of the air?
It comes from a coal plant in Ohio.
Okay, so to run that coal plant produces what, Bob?
Electricity.
Yes, Bob, and what are the waste products of running the coal plant, Bob?
Michael, look, you have the equivalent.
Oh, no, you won't answer a question. Don't say, Michael, look, I'm not your son. You realized that you couldn't win the checkers game, so you went to another checkers game. But let's stop playing backgammon with each other, Bob. If you want to be a fool and tell yourself that he's saving the earth, you can say that, but it's not true, Bob. It is not true scientifically. It's not true economically because the technology is not yet here. I would love to be driving a hydrogen car. The technology isn't here. And little electric cars cost more and produce more pollution in the long run because of the production of electricity than does the use of oil and gasoline, Bob. That's the reality right now.
Mike, I care about getting us off Middle East oil. Now, I know
you do. Then wait a minute. Then why is it that your heroes stopped drilling in the Gulf of Mexico? That's not from the Middle East.
Because it hurt the economies in New Orleans so much. Mike, if you care...
Whoa. What are you talking about? It's Obama who ruined the economies of New Orleans by stopping the drilling. Moreover, why doesn't he drill for oil in the Alaskan slope if he wants to get us off foreign oil?
Because as long as we have the oil Jones and don't turn all our attention to these technologies that we don't need this oil, how are we going to do it?
Bob, you're way out of your league. You see, you're a decent person, I'm sure, and you want to do good. But as you well know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. The technology is not yet here to drive our homes to drive our cars to heat our homes. Don't you understand that?
Mike, how much gasoline do you use when you go out in your boat to support?
Bob, you're not following the discussion in any way. You just have your head in the sand and you want to believe Obama's doing the right thing because you're an idealist. You're an old hippie idealist. The fact of the matter is it costs more to run an electric car in terms of pollution, meaning you add up the electrical generation, than it does to get oil producing gas, Bob. But since you didn't go to school and you don't understand the science, we have to disengage from each other.